All right, let's talk about something that can feel, well, a little complicated, especially when you're just starting out income tax in Canada. But trust me, we're going to break it all down and make it super simple. Let's dive in. Have you ever had that moment? You get your first real paycheck, you're so excited, you look at the number and, wait a second, where did a chunk of that money just disappear to? It's a classic mystery, and today we are going to solve it. So, that missing money, that's income tax. In a nutshell, it's money you pay to the government based on what you earn. It's that deduction you see on your pay stub, and it's all part of a bigger system. Let's see how it all works. To handle your taxes like a pro, you need the right tools. So, first things first, let's build your personal tax toolkit. Okay, these are the key pieces you'll be collecting. Your boss will give you a T4 slip. That's the big one. It shows exactly how much you earned and how much tax was already taken off for you. Then you've got a T5 slip, which is for any money you made from investments, like interest in a savings account. And all those receipts for things like tuition or donations to charity, yeah, you're going to want to hold on to those. They are way more important than you think. No, seriously, don't just toss your receipts, especially for big things like school tuition or if you donated to a cause you care about. Think of them as clues, or even better, power-ups that can actually help you lower the amount of tax you owe. All right, you've got your toolkit ready. Now let's peek under the hood of the system itself. How does it all actually work? And, where does all that money even go? Ever wonder who pays for the roads you drive on every day? Or the schools in your neighborhood? What about our healthcare system? Well, we do. This is where our tax money goes. It funds all these essential public services that we all count on. Now, Canada has something called a progressive tax system. It sounds complicated, but it's actually pretty straightforward. It just means that people who earn more money pay a higher percentage of their income in taxes. The system has different levels or tax brackets. So as your income goes up, you only pay that higher rate on the money that falls into that new higher bracket. So remember those receipts we talked about? This is where they become your secret weapon. When you claim a deduction, you're basically shrinking the amount of your income that the government can actually tax. So let's say you made $25,000, but you had $2,000 in tuition fees you can claim. Well, now you only get taxed on $23,000. And a lower taxable income means, yep, you pay less tax. Okay. You've gathered your documents. You get how the system works. Now for the final step, putting it all together and actually filing your first tax return. This is the date. Mark it on your calendar, put a reminder in your phone, whatever you got to do. For most of us in Canada, April 30th is the deadline to file your taxes for the year before. It's the big finish line. Here is the best part. You do not have to do this alone. There are tons of really easy to use and often totally free software programs online that just walk you right through it. Or you can ask a parent or a teacher for help. There are even free tax clinics in communities and on campuses. You've got plenty of options so you can get it done right. So you might be thinking, this seems like a lot of hassle, especially if I didn't earn a ton of money. But I'm telling you, filing your taxes is one of the smartest financial moves you can make. Let's get into why it is so worth it. Think of filing your return as balancing the books with the government. If it turns out you paid a little too much tax throughout the year, guess what? You get a refund. And if you underpaid, you'll just have to pay the small difference. It's that simple. But it's about so much more than just refunds. Filing your taxes, even if your income is low, is like unlocking a door to government benefits. We're talking about things like the GST/HST credit. That's literally money the government sends you to help with sales tax. And it makes you eligible for all kinds of student grants. If you don't file, you can't get this stuff. Look, here's the bottom line. Learning this stuff now is a skill that's going to pay off for the rest of your life. It's pretty much the first big step in becoming the boss of your own money. So there you have it, the mystery of the disappearing paycheck solved. You've got the toolkit, you've got the map, you know how to navigate the whole system. The only real question left is, what's your next financial move?